The Mental Health and Wellbeing Awards at level 4 and 5 are qualifications that aim to help young people understand coping strategies surrounding mental health and well-being, about the social influences that will impact upon their well-being, and also help them to understand a bit more about mental health and the brain itself. The wonderful thing about these qualifications is that they can be delivered in a variety of contexts. So what we might see is a high school delivering the subject, we might see a business delivering the awards to their employees, and we also have parent groups, who are undertaking the awards.
One of the things we discovered as a quality design team when we first took this to SQA, and that was a group of teachers and mental health professionals, was that there was lots of courses out there that focused on mental illness and symptom spotting, but actually what seemed to be absent was education on the social factors that influence our mental health and well-being, how that affects how we think, feel and behave, and then looking at, well, what do we do to look after ourselves, self-care, how do we self-regulate, what is a coping strategy? And actually, we talk about resilience all the time, but how do we really learn it? So the course was about looking at mental health as opposed to focusing on mental illness. It's about well-being, and it's about thinking about mental health in the same way as you would think about physical health and social health. And identifying really that you can't separate the three out. In order to be a healthy person, we all have mental health, we all have physical health, we all have good social health. So what is it in our lives that keeps us healthy?
SQA decided to develop qualifications at levels 4 and 5 in mental health and wellbeing. We're really keen to do this because we've got the Scottish Government strategy for mental health, and also we got in touch with learners and actually had our biggest response ever in terms of the feedback that we got. We had about 1,500 altogether that replied, which showed that they were really keen to have these conversations and wanted this to be part of the curriculum because they felt that there was a gap there and it was important to them to be able to have conversations, whether that be with their teacher or lecturer. The qualification is at 2 levels, National 4 and 5. Both have 3 units, the first one being understanding mental health issues, and that was really to allow learners to, as it says, understand what mental health issues, but in the context of it's actually normal at times to feel certain emotions or display behaviours. Your brain is still developing, so to not have the concern that they have a mental illness, I felt that was important to address that. The second unit is about the influences. So that could be where you're from, your family, but also the effects of social media, which we know is a big concern, but also we were keen to address the fact that that can be positive as well. For some people that is an outlet that they might not have. And finally, the last unit is about coping strategies and building resilience, which we felt was essential and really key to young people so that they have that for the future and so that they can hopefully be able to address any difficulties with that knowledge and say with that inner resilience.
Come about from culture or from society?
One of the most important things about the delivery of this award is the facilitator. It is about facilitation. It's about understanding the needs of the learner. So therefore the facilitator's job is to construct a learning experience which supports active inquiry. So the Mental Health and Wellbeing Award is an opportunity to facilitate those difficult conversations and also put into context, I suppose, normal responses to what are sometimes abnormal circumstances.
I chose to teach the Mental Health Awareness Award in John Paul Academy because unfortunately we're living in a climate where mental health has become more prominent amongst young people, and I felt that by introducing it into the school, young people will be given an education on how to deal with the illness if they ever do come face to face with that, and also with the course it teaches coping strategies that they will be able to use in the future. The pupils were given the choice to choose the course off their own merit. A lot of them have actually background in mental health awareness already. Some of them have actually first-hand experience with mental illness and have a passion behind it and have come on a journey more or less and want to explore coping strategies and how to deal with that if they ever do struggle in the future. Others, however, just want to build a tool base for future jobs.
I wanted to study the Mental Health and Wellbeing Award because I've always been an advocate for promoting mental health. It's something I'm very passionate about.
Personally, I'd like to know how to better understand mental health and where people's problems stem from. Because when you know where it stems from, then you can do the best you can to stop it before it gets out of control.
I have tailored the course to suit my class's individual needs. At the beginning of the year, I've tried to build a positive relationship with each pupil in the class because they all have different backgrounds. So from that, I was able to build the course around what they wanted to get out of the course. Some of them wanted to open up and express their own mental health journey. Others wanted to just learn more about various mental health illnesses. Others wanted to learn coping strategies. So from each of their own answers, I was able to tailor the course. There is a number of English additional language pupils in the class. And because of this, I wanted to eliminate the pressure of having to come into that environment and write and fill out a worksheet. So because of the course structure, they're able to come in and just have a conversation with their peer or myself about the sensitive topics that we may be discussing in class. The benefit of the course is it allows teachers freedom to teach it whatever way they want. For me, at the beginning of the year, I asked my pupils to fill out a range of strategies that they would like me to do as a classroom teacher, and they said they wanted me to use media, creativity and open and in-depth discussion. At the beginning of every period we have an in-depth discussion about the sensitive topics that we will be exploring in the lesson, and because of that positive relationship that was built up at the beginning of the year, I know that some pupils may want to be in the room at that time or they might just want to sit quietly and just listen. So that's why I think it is important to build a positive ethos where pupils do feel like they come into a non-judgmental environment and be able to talk about these sensitive topics.
I've found it challenging understanding just the massive number of people that mental health really does affect, because you just don't really think about it. You think that everybody's like happy. I hope to gain a set of skills that I can portray on other people, give them the support that they maybe don't get at home or in school.
I offer the course in this way because I wanted the young people to take leadership over their own well-being, and they have their own say in how they want the lesson to go, be it through in-depth conversation. And if they feel like they don't want to talk or write that day, there's no pressure for them to do that.
Over a year ago, we became aware of the Mental Health and Wellbeing Award. We were able to offer that through the SQA. On the back of that, I decided that we would celebrate World Mental Health Day last year, 2018, by inviting our parents and carers and partners into the school. We held a dinner, and as a result of that, the parents began to form their own group with a focus on supporting each other's mental health and wellbeing and the challenges associated with parenting.
I've decided to join this learning group because mental health is something very, very strong in our community and our young people. And as a mum, I wanted to know more about it. Everyone at one point in their life struggles with mental health, and it is something that I feel very passionate about, and I think I really wanted to know more about it.
There's a particular focus in the Mental Health and Wellbeing Award on coping strategies and resilience. And we have, through discussions with the parents, thought that that's a key element of their learning.
I hope to get a better understanding of mental health. Being a parent and the struggles that our young people are going through and the mental health issues. I've got a partner as well, and there's a lot of mental health issues around men that aren't speaking. So this was the main reason, so that I was more informed.
Well, we identified the need for this award as students were often coming to us with looking for help and guidance with regards to their mental health, and over the years we've seen an increase in students actually leaving the course due to mental health issues. So we felt that for this level of students it was very important to have this course for them.
What I hope to get is a better understanding of mental health. I do have previous knowledge, but I want to learn about stuff that I might not know about yet and expand on what I could know and what I should know and what I can help other people as well.
In this day and age, with social media being obviously a massive impact of how people can treat each other, and knowing, especially if you've got family members and friends, to be able to see the little telltales of maybe how they're feeling without them maybe being open enough to come out and say it to you.
Maybe just like be a little more respectful about other people's like opinions and stuff, because I feel like maybe saying the wrong thing could make someone feel a lot worse than they already do, and just be like positive and be there for people.
I actually think my biggest challenge is realising the number of people who haven't got the help that they need, because looking at all the numbers and all like the challenges people face, it is quite difficult to grasp that people in my family, my community, could be suffering and I could know nothing about it.
The award has been taught in an integrated way across different subjects where different teachers teach different aspects of the award. It can be taught as an option where students are committed, for example, to the Level 5 award, and they commit quite a lot of class time within the school to supporting students. Or it can be taught distance learning. There are other workplace and work-based organisations that are looking at how this can be delivered either online, how it could be delivered through blended approaches.
I think one of the most exciting aspects of the award being rolled out and seeing the delivery of it is just how passionate people have been about it, how excited and motivated the young people that I've come into contact with have been about learning about mental health, and just how open they've been to learning more about the subject and helping other people. I think it's a wonderful thing, and that can only be a good thing for society.